Kayla and Greg, warm hearts cooking on a cast iron leg. Family flavor and down home cheer, the best kind of feeling starts right here.
Hello everybody, Greg here with Our Country Chronicles. Welcome back to our Sunday Kitchen Edition. Today I have got the kitchen, as you can see. Now, what I'm going to be doing for y'all today is we're going to make red currant jelly roast duck. Now, this is a kind of a different recipe and everything. I come up with this there a few years, which of course I do a lot of hunting, fishing, and all that. So this is just right up Our Country Chronicles' alley here. So let's get started. First, we're going to take 3 tablespoons of red currant jelly and mix that with butter. Now once we get that mixed, I've already went ahead and pre-done this just to have it ready. Try to save a little bit of time because this is a little bit of a longer process on making. We're going to take red cooking wine, and we're measuring it out, and we're going to use 4 tablespoons. There we go. Then we're just going to use a whisk and beat this to a nice, even, reddish kind of purplish mixture. Should kind of look like that, what is it, tropical punch juice? That's the color you're looking for. You got to whisk it kind of thoroughly here because you want that jelly to actually solidify and kind of liquid. Now what we should have here is a really tart kind of berryish flavor taste. Just yeah, that'd be about right. Then we'll add just a sprinkle of pepper, and literally a sprinkle. I like for this to have just a little bit more of a spicy flavor to it. Yeah, there we go. Now, you have that. Set this aside. I got to come over here. Now, of course, when you make duck, when you have your fresh duck or even store-bought ducks, either way, you always get the innards. What you want to do with those, even if you don't like eating them, you want to cook them and make your broth with it. Now, the broth is important, very important. You don't want to use just plain chicken broth or anything. You can, but it's not going to enhance the flavor of the duck like I like. And trust me, this is absolutely delicious. So, over here in the kettle, have our duck. We're going to take it, and we're going to put it here in this oven bag. Piece of mushroom on my arm. Now, what you want to do, take your duck, and you're going to stick it in the oven bag, breast down. It's very important that you bake it for the first 40 minutes, breast down. Do not put breast up. And then, after 40 minutes, you'll flip it. And all you got to do is you got to pull it out of the oven. It's in the oven bag. Just kind of flip it through the oven bag with some mitts. But you definitely want to flip it. So we'll stuff our duck in our oven bag here. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Now it's also important that you pre-rinse your duck. Make sure you rinse the duck off. Give it just a little rinsing. Don't have to wash it, soak it, none of that. But definitely rinse it off. Just pull here out of the way. Now, there you can see we got the rump of the duck. And in this bowl, I have pre-cut onions and portobello mushrooms. Now, I like to use large belly mushrooms. Didn't have them, but portobellos will work just fine. And then we're going to take this and stuff inside the duck, kind of like what you would stuffing. Right? And then all around our duck. This is a 6-pound bird, about the average size of a duck. Now tame ducks, some duck species get a little bigger, but this one's a good average weight. And we really want to stuff this full. Now, so yeah, you want to use your portobello mushrooms. You slice them up. Oh, it's important also give them a rinse. Don't wash them. And I know some people don't like to wash or rinse their mushrooms, but it is important to do. Just don't soak them. Don't soak them. If you soak them, they get soggy. That's the reason why people say don't do it. But if you give them a quick little rinse, you can make sure there's no bugs up inside the little spore cavities and all that. Just get them cleaned out. And of course, slice, don't dice your large white onion. Now, we got that. Take your kettle with your duck broth, and then in your wine sauce that you've made, 1 ladle, put that in your wine sauce. Mix it up again. Now, the seasonings. We're going to take our ground black pepper. And you can pre-measure this into a bowl. It makes it a little easier. Tablespoon. Sprinkle that in. I've done this so much that I can actually tell the right amount, because this is something that I make quite often. Or, well, I used to make it quite often. Since prices raised so much the way everything has, not as often as used to. But I definitely know the process. About half a tablespoon of your onion powder, and then also with the garlic powder you'll want about half a tablespoon. Get a little extra in there, it really ain't going to hurt it much. And I just made a mess. Now this is one of those things where I do this the old-fashioned way. This is the Italian seasoning. And I just fill up my big old palm. Then I sprinkle it all inside here. Okay, now what we do with this is we don't use this just yet. You remember how I said we first bake it breast down, and then we have to flip it. Once we flip it, we have to open this bag up, and then we put our wine sauce on it. So we set this into the oven, or not in the oven, I'm sorry, in the refrigerator, let it sit, kind of marinate and everything for about 40 minutes to an hour. Right here is where we use our broth. And we do this in this oven bag because the duck is actually going to soak up a lot of this broth, and so is the vegetables. Now, we've got potatoes that we're going to put in, and they're the small little red taters, but those I like to put on the top. And basically what I do is where it bakes in this oven bag, this all fills up and it kind of steams the potatoes up on top. Get you a look here at this duck broth. Boy, it's pretty. And the smell is delectable. And of course, as a little extra dish, you have the fixings here, and you can just strip the meat down, put some broth in the bowl for you, and there you got your little duck soup. And we don't use all the broth, but we do use a good portion of it. We just want to make sure that we got good amount covering up all the vegetables, because we want the vegetables to absorb the flavor of the duck broth. And we also want the duck to be nice and moist. Okay, that should about do it with that. Move my broth back over here. Now, wash your taters, people. Wash your taters. Don't fix them without washing them. Don't take that long. You use this fancy little straining bowl, put your taters in there, run water up, wash them, scrub them off nice and clean, and then quarter them up. I know certain people that don't like to wash their taters, but you wash your taters. Wash your vegetables before you eat them, people. Then, like I said, we take the taters and we put in here on top of everything. Spread them out nice and kind of evenly. You want them to just rest on top of everything. Remember, we're not so much as boiling the taters in this and boiling them in the mixture. We want all the heat and all the moisture and everything to rise up inside the bag. It will fill the bag up, and we want it to kind of steam them and get all those flavors kind of steamed onto them, right? So. Now, Might be wondering, well, okay, but it's going to take a very long process for the taters to cook that way. Yeah, it does. This duck will have to be in the oven for about 3 hours. So trust me, there's plenty of time. That's also the reason why we put the vegetables in the way we did. And that right there, about good. So we want the bag to be positioned up to the top, not to the side. And the reason for that is because in 40 minutes to an hour, when we add our wine sauce, we gotta open it up. So you want to be able to access it. Got it. Now, we've had the oven preheating at 350. So the next step is we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to let it bake for probably about 40 minutes to an hour. It's all going to depend on how our mushrooms are looking at the top. Remember, they're not getting boiled. All the juice is down on the duck and everything else is sitting on top. We're going to let it have a good slow steam. Let's go ahead and throw our duck in there and get this process started, and we'll see you in an hour. Hello everybody, welcome back. So now it's been about, I would say 30-35 minutes, and what we got to do now is the tricky part to this. We got to pull this bird out. Now y'all can see how this thing is full of air. That's the steam I was telling y'all about. Now, first thing we got to do is flip this bird. Now this steam's very hot, and I will have to get in here and open this up here in just a second, but before I do so, that's not going to fit my big old paw. Grab this, give it a good lifting. And just like that, if you come in here before I open it, you can see I have flipped our duck. Now it's breast up. Ooh. Now you open that up, man, you can really smell that. Now, let's just get in here and get a look at this. You can see how everything's steaming on the inside of this oven bag. That's what we want. Now, we're going to take our wine mixture here. After it's set and marinated, it looks like this. What we do, we're just going to go inside and pour this directly on our duck. Make sure we get all that sugar, all those juices that's solidified on the center breast of the duck like that. Now, we'll just take it, wrap it back up. As you can see, it fits in the pan a lot easier because a lot of the vegetables, the onions and the tater, they're already starting to steam and they're starting to shrink. That and our liquid in there has steamed out. That's what we want. Now this is a slow roast, so you got to be patient with it. Take your time. This is not going to be a 25, 30 minute dinner, but it's worth it. And if you want to, you could use one of them, conventional or turkey roasting pan things. You could probably do it within an hour or so. Just depends how much extra time you got. I always struggle with these little ties. That's the reason why I said most of the time, just use a zip tie. Then make a zip tie that you can put together and take apart. Reusable. Buy those, use them. Now, if you're wondering why I can do that, do not. It is hot. But if your hands have been through what mine's been through, you can touch that stuff and you won't feel the burn. But as you can see, fingertips still got red. Don't do that. Don't do as I do as I say. Then we're going to put it back in there. And now we're going to let it finish for the remainder of the 3 hours. So we probably got, what, 2 hours, 30 some minutes left. And then she'll be ready. So I'll see y'all then. Alright everybody, we're back. And it has been just a little over 3 hours now. And the bird is now ready to come out of the oven. It's fully baked. Take it out here. Let's open it up and we'll take a gander here. Very hot. I wouldn't recommend doing this with your hands. I've had 2 carpal tunnel releases, not a lot of feeling. But as you can see, taters, they're good and done. Got that nice roast look to it. And from our kitchen to yours, thanks for joining us today. Peace.